All right, where'd you bring me?
Dude, this is the studio that I was telling you about.
Oh, okay, this is it?
Yeah, you know, we're gonna shoot the car outside,
This guy.
you know? You kidding me right now?
It's grass.
Are you really that upset about your shoot?
Yes, keep walking.
I will never understand you LA guys, ever. Jesus.
Yo,
What'd you think?
this is impressive.
Well, I told you, I mean, we're not gonna spend all that time putting the truck together to not showcase it in a proper setting.
No, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Nice find.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Good job, but now we're missing something.
All right, I'll go get the truck, you just stand here and, I don't know, take it in.
Look at you. All right,
know.
thank you, sir.
All right, man. All right, dude, so we obviously created one of the coolest race support vehicles ever with the Durango Hellcat, right?
Yeah.
So we're obviously taking it to SEMA. Now, for anybody out there that doesn't know what SEMA is, why don't you give them a description and tell everybody why SEMA is important?
So SEMA is basically the Super Bowl car shows.
Yeah.
It's where the boys gonna show off their toys. It's what we live for. This is my 23rd year.
And how many cars have you built for SEMA?
Too many.
What I like is that when you do go to a show like SEMA, you can see what trends have stayed out, what you think is going to be played out in 2 years, or what you're going to look at and be like, you know what, in 15 or 20 years, that car or that truck is still going to look fantastic.
Yeah, it stands the test of time.
Stands the test of
Yeah.
time. And the other part is it brings everybody in the industry together in one spot.
There's a ton of variety, from the hot rodders to the low riders, lifted trucks, slam trucks.
700 horsepower,
Oh,
3.5-second trucks. Yeah.
Yeah, only at SEMA.
I think this thing turned out great. Super happy with it. But we're taking up the camera guys, which nobody can see, but they're all over here.
Yeah.
All their time. We're gonna get out of the way. We're gonna let them shoot this beauty.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
What do you think?
Exhausted, but the guys killed it. They got some really bitchin' shots.
They do a good job. So let me ask you, so now that we got like all the fun stuff done, I still have to drive this thing and I still don't know where we're going.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take you to Joshua Tree. It's about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, but it's gonna be pretty epic.
I don't want to go tonight.
No, it's late, we're tired. Get some grub,
Okay.
get some rest.
Okay.
Pick me up in the morning, we'll head out.
Oh, that works.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Joshua Tree, here we go. After dinner.
After dinner.
So last night we were in a studio in Los Angeles, and you said, okay, I'm gonna take you to Joshua Tree in the middle of the desert. And it is the desert. I got rocks, I got sand, I got cactuses. We even saw tarantula waddling around before.
Big one, yep.
But this is not any normal place. So where the hell are we?
So this is a little oasis of ours in the desert.
Okay.
I wanted to bring you something to kind of show what I do, but also match our build, match our personality. We've worked so hard the last couple of months. I'm gonna say weeks,
Months? Yeah, it's months.
We're almost at the finish line, so I just want to get away. A little swimming later, little barbecue on the rooftop deck,
And I do want to point something out, right? You can see Neil's aesthetic in this truck. You can even see it more so with what he's constructed behind me. Like if you could put Neil in Architectural Digest, that would be Neil right behind me. If you could turn Neil Chin into a car, this would be part of him.
Yeah, it's a mix.
I had to tone Neil down a little bit so he didn't go buck wild.
I think this was the perfect culmination of our friendship, our design elements.
Absolutely.
I'm a little wilder.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But I think overall, it's exactly what you talked about.
I totally agree. So here's the deal.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna go for the road test. I'm gonna just flog it and show the viewers exactly what the Durango Hellcat is, even with the modifications and the little bit of extra weight that we put on this thing. Are you coming or are you swimming?
Nope. I'm gonna swim, you go drive.
Okay, sounds good.
Be safe.
All right, brother.
Have
I'll
fun.
see you in a little while.
I'll see you in a little bit.
So I've been waiting a long time to take this thing out for a proper flogging and a road test, right? But I didn't want to really do it until the truck was complete, everything bolted down. Because there's one thing when you're building stuff and you go, yeah, this is probably going to be okay, but you never know until you really get out in the open road and you test it, which is what we're going to do right now. This is just rolling into it. All the power in the world. 710 horsepower stock, 645 pound-feet of torque. Bone stock, this thing is 5,700 pounds. As it sits now with all the modifications, 6,300 pounds, you simply are never wanting for power. It just pulls. It'll just keep going until it hits 180 miles an hour, which is the top speed. When I was talking to Neil about the build itself, I said, you know, this thing needs to perform as it did when it was stock. And what does that mean? Well, it means that the roof rack had to be aerodynamic in the sense that I didn't want the wind noise. You don't hear wind noise in this cabin because there is none. We've got brand new Falcons on here, and we went with our Vossen wheels. Now, we did go up a little bit wheel size. When we talked about should we do anything with the suspension, we were very careful, because odds are there's going to be more stuff, more weight. We are going to tow with this car. And if you lower a vehicle too much, what you're going to find that happens is you lose your drivability. And that's something we absolutely refuse to do. Okay, so this is going to be probably one of the ultimate tests that I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to launch this thing and have everything totally secure and not move. Do a launch. Ready? Whoa! God damn, this thing's fast. I was literally watching the power tank in the back to see if it moved. Nothing even flinched. Some people are going to say, well, why didn't you use the entire back for the cargo glide system and have a bigger one? If we use the full 85 cubic feet with the second and third row down, I wouldn't be able to put anybody in the back seat. We still have more usable cargo space. So if we roll that second row down, we still have like another 35 cubic feet of space in which to stow my gear. And again, everything we have in here is fully secured and locked down. When we were talking about building a race support vehicle, one of the things that a race support vehicle has to do is support the race car or the motorcycle or the vehicle that you bring to the track. So the cargo glide was really such an important piece. You have this massive workbench, right? It stows neatly in the back of the Durango. You can pull it out. It holds up to 1,000 pounds. And I've got everything here. If I need to fix something, I can put parts on the rack and it works just beautifully. It's got a couple of settings, right? If you don't want it to come all the way out, you can put it there. If you want to just stow it completely, it's in, that's it. Everything stays locked tight. The other thing that I want to talk about, you see that big red box up there? That houses a 100 amp hour battery. The battery powers the rigid lights in the back, along with the rigid bar in the front. I go to my app on my phone, pull this up, I hit my little Bluetooth unit, and then all of a sudden, boom, I can turn my lights on. I can monitor the charge in the battery via another app. This tells me everything I need to know. The battery works in conjunction with that solar panel, and it's at 98%. When we were doing other shots yesterday and kind of the day before, you'll see it might drop down to 82, 72% or whatever the case is. Keep it out in the sun for a couple hours, all of a sudden it boosts itself up, and now you have this full charge on the battery, and it lasts a long time. No wires, it's in a self-contained battery box with a nice cutoff switch if we want to store the truck, and that's it. With all of that set, I'm gonna go get Neil. I'll see you in a little while.
Welcome back.
How you doing, man?
I'm all right. How was your road test?
Road test was great, Neil. I mean, the truck, I think, the expectations have been exceeded.
Been a long 4 months.
That's the thing. Like, I was thinking back to where we started, right? We started in July.
In
right?
Virginia.
In Virginia.
Halfway across the country.
Okay. It's now November.
4 months. Late nights. Fighting with UPS for missing parts. It's just a culmination of everything from the best partners to the custom parts to our ideas.
I think that's really what people need to understand is that when you're doing something like this, you might have an idea in your head, but if you have other people that come along that are creative, that are in the industry, and they have a good idea, don't be so arrogant as to not listen. Take their ideas and go, you know what, I never thought about this. When you talk about partners, I mean, obviously, like Hemmings was kind enough to say, okay, take this, run with it, do what you do.
Yeah, they trusted us.
They trusted us.
Yeah.
Dodge was the same thing. This is a SEMA car where everything works exactly as it should. This is not a trailer queen. We're literally getting in this thing right now and driving to SEMA. How far is it?
You driving, 45 minutes. Normal person, 2 hours.
All right, so let's go with 45 minutes.
Let me guess, you need gas.
It kind of always needs gas.
It does. All right,
You
let's
ready?
go.
This has been
Let's
good.
go. It's been quite the journey.
Yeah, man.
We're almost there.
It's not stopping. 2 more hours. I don't know, 45 minutes.
And in a week.
Yeah.